This is huge, as the Lakers were finally able to get a win, in large part to the major change with the Laker lineup that I believe can positively affect the Lakers going forward. And in this game, they had a terrific bounce back game from D'Angelo Russell, and they had multiple contributions from guys off the bench that really uplifted the Lakers in this game against the Spurs. What's good? I'm Okechi Apakama, and this is Lakers Digest coming at you with another video. And before we get into that game recap we have for you, I just want to remind you guys to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to get those Laker updates. Now, with that out of the way, let's hop straight into that game recap because we have got a lot to talk about this game because the Lakers were snapped their 3-game losing streak, which was much needed as they came off of 3 straight games that they've lost. One against the Orlando Magic, and then Denver Nuggets, and then last night against the Phoenix Suns. And then now the Lakers were able to bounce back, due in large part to a change, which I think should be permanent going down the road, and that is putting in Dalton Connect with the starters. And then he really had a solid game, really helped uplift the Lakers. And not just him, there was a bunch of guys throughout the roster that really helped the Lakers capture this win as they go back to Los Angeles just for one game before they go on a long road trip. So let's take a look at the stats there for the Lakers, as the starters were very solid, as everybody scored in double figures. Anthony Davis had 19 points in that one, 14 rebounds, 7 assists. And then Rui Hachimura had 16 points off of 5 of 9 shooting from the field. And then LeBron James had 16 points, 11 assists, 10 rebounds. He really picked it up there in that fourth quarter to really put the game away. And then Austin Reaves had 13 points to go along, 3 for 6 from the 3. And then Dalton Connect, who was thrusted into the starting lineup, had 20 points, was 4 of 10 from 3, 8 rebounds, was really solid for the Lakers. And then off the bench there, the Lakers had some nice contributions, especially from D'Angelo Russell, who had a very good game, I think probably his best game of the season, with 17 points there, 5 assists, with 7 of 11 from the field. And then Max Christie had some really nice minutes there, and especially in that third quarter. He had 12 points to go along with 4 rebounds and 2 assists. So the Lakers were solid, really up and down the roster there, and they really needed the whole win to come together for this team win, because the Lakers have been scuffling of late, losing these 3 straight games, and not in great fashion, with having those missed free throws dating back to Orlando Magic game. And then you had the bottom fall out for them in the third quarter against the Nuggets, and then again in that third quarter against the Suns, where the Lakers really just faltered and were missing shots and were really giving up the Suns everything they wanted. So this was nice for the Lakers to really come back to their winning ways, and they really did it a little bit there on that defensive end, as they were able to really stifle the Spurs in different ways. And the Spurs, they've kind of been on a bit of a winning streak, having won 4 straight games there. So the Spurs were playing pretty well for themselves, but the Lakers were able to tone that down a little bit. First and foremost, that main guy, Victor Wembanyama, he had 20 points in this one, but it was only off of 9 of 20 shooting, and he was 2 of 9 from the 3-point line there. And then Harrison Barnes, who was the player of the week last week, was just had 19 points. He did shoot an efficient 6 of 10 from the field. And then Champagny, who was a nice player for them, had 18 points. But no one really of note. Dan Vassell had a couple of buckets there, but no one really took off against the Los Angeles Lakers, and that was due in large part to the Lakers just being more focused and committed on that defensive side of the ball. And that is part of it with the Los Angeles Lakers, I think, because there was periods of time, especially in that Denver and Phoenix game, where the Lakers really just gave up, it seems like, on defense, and they weren't really doing the things they needed to do or hustling in the spots they needed to, and they were really getting beat in those moments. They did not have that here against the Spurs, as they were seems locked in on the task at hand and what to do, from players just up and down the roster who played this game here today. They had some nice minutes from Christian Koloko, as unfortunately Jackson Hayes was injured and out for this game after having re-injured his same ankle injury, but he played some pretty nice minutes for them. And then, like I said, D'Angelo Russell and Max Christie. It was really nice to see D'Angelo Russell have a nice game, as D'Lo has been struggling of late, really struggling to get over 10 points, really averaging just under 10 points for most of the season. But he finally exploded in this one, having 17 points, and was really helped the Lakers in that second quarter. It was kind of interesting because each quarter it seemed like there was a player that really uplifted the Lakers. And in the first, it was some Dalton Connect in that starting group really helped the Lakers take that lead there. And then in that second quarter there, then it was D'Angelo Russell who had a very nice couple of buckets there. And then in that third quarter, it was Max Christie doing it on both sides of the ball with the defense and the offense, as he had a really nice play in one sequence where he blocked a shot and then he came down as LeBron gave him a pass, and then he had a lefty layup for an and one. So it was really nice to see Max Christie also have a good game as well, because the Lakers truly needed this just from a psyche standpoint, because you don't want to get in a habit of losing a whole bunch of games in a row. So it was good for the Lakers to snap this losing streak, especially with a team like OKC on Friday. But let's get to the main thing that I really wanted to talk about, and it was the change the Lakers had, and it's what I believe that Dalton needs to stay with the starters. This is an idea that's kind of been floating around there, just around a whole bunch of Laker people, and just what we've been seeing just early on as Dalton Connect, him with the starters really makes the Lakers a different team, just because you have to guard the Lakers differently with a guy like Dalton Connect out there, because you cannot leave this guy alone. While he was 4 of 10 from today, but he has been shooting the lights out from basketball for the whole season, as these are just his stats for the season, as he's averaged just over 11 points per game, 2.8 rebounds. But look at the shooting numbers, which I think is the most important part there for Dalton Connect, as he is 50% from the field, 44% from three, and then on corner threes, he shoots 45%, as 60% of his shots are three-pointers. So he's shooting them at a very high volume and really helping the Lakers stretch the floor and space things out for them. So Dalton Connect, and when he's a starter, it's even better. And so these are his stats from when he's a starter, as he's averaging just under 20 points per game, with 5.2 rebounds per game and an assist per game in about 6 games, now 7 with the most recent game. But Dalton Connect has looked good as a starter, and I think this needs to stay the way for the Lakers, dependent on who's available or who's there, because Dalton Connect really brings a different aspect to what the Lakers are trying to do in the offensive side of the ball, because you run into a lot of teams trying to pack the paint, with obviously with the Lakers having LeBron James and Anthony Davis, two guys who want to get into the paint and finish there. And so they needed some type of way to pull that gravity out. And it's a different animal when you have Dalton Connect out there rather than a Cam Reddish, albeit Cam Reddish was shooting a pretty good percentage from 3-point, but he wasn't taking a lot of shots, maybe getting up 1 or 2 shots a game at most. And Dalton Connect is a guy that can really make 4, 5, 6 3-pointers in a quarter. That's how good this guy is. So having him into the starting lineup, it really changes things. And I just wanted you guys to take a look at this clip here, because this is from early parts in the game, and this was almost semi transition offense, as the defense reacts, and then you see a guy like Dalton Connect getting a shot like that, which is a very easy shot for him, coming off of a drive, swing, and a kick. So, and this is just a different dynamic that he brings to this Lakers starting lineup, because having a shooter like that, you cannot guard the Lakers certain ways. You can't load up on a LeBron James, or you can't load up on an Anthony Davis, or a guy like Dalton Connect would really burn you guys, especially from the 3-point line. And even Anthony Davis was great today passing wise, so he had 7 assists in this one, and he was really finding his teammates, guys like Dalton Connect, guys like D'Angelo Russell, guys like Austin Reaves, Max Christie, Rui Hachimura, finding them for open looks, and really just shoring up that Laker offense, as the San Antonio Spurs are a team that will commit to a scheme and be able to adjust when needed. That's usually just descendants of thing that Pop has done for the Spurs over the years. So they're a team trying to double Anthony Davis almost every time on the catch. And they were Redick even talked about that after the game here, as this is what JJ Redick was said after. So Redick praised the bench group with Russell and Christie getting specific mentions. He noted AD picked the Spurs apart with his passing when they shifted their coverage to try to contain him. He had over 40 against them on November 15th, but AD only had 19 off of 8 of 14 from the fields, and he had 7 assists with several hockey assists as well, as Redick thought he was terrific. And that's the type of thing you would love to see from your MVP caliber player and your star of the team. Just really not making it too difficult, making that easy pass, and really helping that Laker offense truly open up. And Dalton's Connect is part of that key there, but it's also your stars being aligned with your role players. And this was just a very nice role player game, which the Lakers truly needed to have, as neither LeBron or Anthony Davis scored over 20 points, and the Lakers still won this game pretty handedly. So it was very important to get that performance from a guy like Dalton Connect, because I think he should be a starter just for the rest of the season. But let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you guys think that Dalton Connect should be a starter for the rest of the season, or do you think they should try some different things or try something else? Especially, say, whenever a guy like Jared Vanderbilt comes back to the lineup and changes things once more. Let us know in the comments down below. And one more thing for us, guys. There's still about 83% of you who have not subscribed to the channel just yet. And if you guys want more of that Laker news, Laker content, Laker game recaps, just every and all things LA Lakers, you guys want to come right here to Lakers Digest so you don't miss any of that action. All right, I have been your host, Okechi Apakama, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.